Good evening and welcome to this edition of the Evening News for today, Saturday, May 13, 2023. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. In the headlines this evening, 2 shot dead, 1 injured after bandits invade Wismer House. President Ali commissions One Guyana Recreational Park. In New Amsterdam, trade missions to Mexico, Canada, and UK on the cards, says GCCI President. Vendors will continue plying trade under better conditions, says Jagdeo, and over 1,000 more GPF members undergo gender-based violence training. Now for the news in detail. We begin tonight's newscast by telling you that 2 persons were killed and another injured after gunmen invaded their Wismer Linden home in the wee hours of today. Dead are 87-year-old Johnson Bowen and his 58-year-old son-in-law Manuel Dos Santos, both of Block 22 Wismer. Another relative, 20-year-old Denzel Roberts, who lived next door and went to the aid of the victims, was also shot and injured during the ordeal. The incident occurred at some time between 4 hours and 4:15 hours, and it involved 3 masked men, 2 of whom were armed with guns. Crime Chief Wendell Blanham indicated that suspected gunshot injuries were observed on the bodies of both victims. According to reports, the perpetrators had entered the house and held the pensioner and one of his grandsons at gunpoint. The son-in-law and the relative from next door confronted the bandits and attacked them. Manuel and his son then armed themselves with cutlasses and fired chops at the perpetrators, who discharged several rounds in retaliation. The bandits then escaped but were followed by Manuel, who was shot by one of the bandits he had chopped. Manuel collapsed outside the house from the gunshot wound. Meanwhile, the pensioner was found in the house with gunshot wounds, while the relative from next door, who was injured, is currently being treated at the Georgetown Public Hospital. Relatives believe the bandits invaded their home in search of gold and cash. This newscast has since confirmed that police have arrested 2 persons thus far. President Dr. Irfaan Ali on Friday commissioned the One Guyana Recreational Park in New Amsterdam, Region 6. He told residents that the facility must be an uplifting and community-oriented space. Andrew Carmichael has that story.
President Dr. Irfaan Ali stressed the importance of ensuring that the newly commissioned One Guyana Park in New Amsterdam remains a family-oriented space that is conducive to community building. During the ceremony for the commissioning of the park, the head of state related that recreational facilities such as the park are meant to provide a safe space with elements of nature that can help persons to feel more at ease during their time of relaxation. As such, he reiterated the importance of cherishing the space.
We also want this facility to be conducive for youth and women development. We want to see this community setting up a cultural stage, a beautiful children who played, give them a big round of applause, played so beautifully and sang so beautifully. We must encourage them. The businesses must support them coming out here on weekends and playing for the community. Give them financial support, give them motivational support. The region must come out and give them support. So the children will find an environment in which they can showcase their talent. This is what we want here, cultural stage, community stage. This is what will uplift the life here in New Amsterdam. We want families to be able to come out here. We don't want to transfer the food vending here. We want you to come out with your baskets. Come out on Sunday evening. Come out here and to share as a community, to eat with your family, to have that type of time in a safe space, an open space, a space that is green, a space that gives every member of the family different opportunity through which they can enjoy the facility.
The facility is soon to be equipped with Wi-Fi so that school children can also use the space to do schoolwork while still spending time with their family in a relaxed environment. President Ali also highlighted the need for persons to abstain from negative practices that would taint the purpose for which the park was built, noting that it must be treated with respect.
This is not a facility for people to come and have free texting time. This is a facility to support our young people, to support their dreams. The teachers who are studying online can come and get onto their program. The children who are doing their SBAs can come in a safe environment, in a green environment. Come out here and study. Create study hub. I want the schools to use this facility. Bring your children here once every week to have open air learning. Let them have fresh environment. Bring them to do physical education out here. This is the new Guyana. This is what will create a new mindset, changing mindset. I want to see our police officers or our fire officers in t-shirts and track pants, coming with our young people out here, teaching them, talking to them, motivating them.
Meanwhile, Minister within the Ministry of Public Works, Deodat Indar, stated that all aspects of the facility belong to Burbisians, especially as all 8 of the contractors responsible for the execution of the project hail from the ancient county. As such, he too urged residents to ensure that the space is well taken care of. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
Meanwhile, President Irfaan Ali also commissioned a new drainage pump in New Amsterdam on Friday afternoon. Andrew Carmichael joins us again to report that the pump is expected to assist with drainage in the northeastern section of the town, and the president has promised a second pump in the coming weeks. Let's have a look.
The project, which was undertaken by the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority (NDIA), is expected to provide better drainage for the Vrijmans-Irving area, Smithfield, Tuckborough Park, and Mount Sinai, which is popularly referred to as Angais Avenue. The entire Vrijmans-Irving area is frequently flooded as a result of rainfall, with the Vrijmans-Irving housing scheme seeing water covering the entire road network during heavy downpours. The pump, which has a capacity to push 40,000 gallons per second, has been installed in Tuckborough and will throw water into the Kanji River. Speaking at the simple ceremony on Friday, President Dr. Irfaan Ali pointed out that the pump is one of 10 which were purchased and installed in the region with a capacity of between 40,000 and 150,000 gallons per second. He said within a few days a second pump will be installed within the township.
We're going to put another pump in this township because we want the township to be dry. But beyond that, we have already decided that with the right town council ready to work with central government, we are going to invest in a massive overhaul of the drainage, internal drainage system of the township. We have to brighten the town, re-energize the town. You do that by creating an environment that welcomes people.
On this note, the head of state highlighted that the tourism potential of the entire region, including the town of New Amsterdam. He said not only the industrial and commercial development should attract persons to New Amsterdam.
Don't underestimate the potential for tourism. We can build products second to none. We can make the township holiday hotspot for persons coming wanting to enjoy Berbice. With Skeldon, the Quarantine, New Amsterdam, and Rose Hall at the center, we have tremendous potential. So I want to say to you that as we commission this facility today, be ready for explosive development in this region.
Meanwhile, the president took the opportunity to call on residents of New Amsterdam to throw their support behind a team of new faces who will be contesting for seats on the town council at the upcoming local government elections. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
Fresh off Guyana's successful participation in the Offshore Technology Conference in Houston, Texas, the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry is aiming to send more local businesses on trade missions to other countries, including Mexico, Canada, and further afield. Here is Jarrell Bryan with the details.
Between May the 1st and 4th, the GCCI was among the delegation of Guyanese who attended the Offshore Technology Conference, OTC. According to GCCI President Kester Hudson, the conference was a useful one for Guyanese businesses to network and gain new insight. Hudson, who was only recently elected president of the chamber, made it clear that he will be pushing for Guyanese to participate in more outbound trade missions. Among the destinations envisioned are Mexico and the United Kingdom.
It is my desire and strategically to have outbound trade missions to countries such as Mexico, such as the US, of course, the OTC being the first for the year. We're looking at Brazil, we're looking at the UK, we're looking at Canada, and further afield. The benefits of this, and of course this is not oil and gas specific, this is capturing all sectors that comes under the umbrella of the Chamber of Commerce.
Meanwhile, representatives of the Brazilian Petroleum Chamber had met with Hudson during the OTC. The GCCI president is optimistic that a memorandum of understanding can be inked between GCCI and the Brazil Chamber, whose members are very interested in opportunities here.
The Brazilian Chamber of Petroleum would have met with the representatives of the Chamber of Commerce at our booth, and they also are highly interested in doing business in Guyana. And so we're looking to further discussions in setting up a MOU to strengthen our relationships between the bordering countries.
Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
Coming up on the other side of the break, over 1,000 more GPF members undergo gender-based violence training. Please stay tuned.
Visit Ralchin's Flower Shop for fresh, vibrant flowers this Mother's Day. Come and see for yourself. We are obliquely opposite the Fogaties building, the green stall in front of the arcade. For affordable prices and beautiful assortments, give us a call on 641-2255. That's 641-2255.
Food Max Supermarket, located on the ground floor of the Giftland Mall, is your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. We stock a variety of imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce, and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at Food Max and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. Food Max, the fresh food specialist.
Why you must vote at local government elections. Local government officials make decisions every day that affect the well-being of your life, the lives of your family and community. By voting for a voluntary group, political party or individual candidate of your choice, you will be electing the people who will make these very important decisions. If you don't vote, then you allow other people who do vote to choose local government officials without your input. Those others may not share your views about issues that matter to you. Voting also provides you with an opportunity to remind the elected government officials that they are accountable to you. Every eligible citizen has the right and responsibility to vote at local government elections. Monday, June 12, 2023 is Local Government Elections Day. For further information, contact GCOM on 225-0277-9, 226-6557, 223-9650, or visit the GCOM website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. Government will not be displacing street vendors, but rather would encourage and make investments to allow them to ply their trade under improved conditions. Find out more in this Rupa Sinarine report.
Vice President Dr. Bharat Jagdeo on Thursday clarified that it is not government's intention to take vendors off the street and disrupt their livelihoods. However, the current circumstances which they operate calls for enhancement.
We made it clear in some of the most developed capitals in the world, developed country, they have street vending. The street vending here has to be done under better conditions. We need massive investments in our markets to improve the way our, not just the way our markets improve, we have to improve management generally, and that's being promised, but also the facilities. You go into markets, they have potholes, all sorts of things. They have to be major investments in the markets that we have promised. You can't give the money to this city council, town council here, because they will spend it on everything else except the markets and improving the conditions. These are important for vendors in the market as well as the patrons, people who go there.
Meanwhile, he discouraged vending, which poses an encumbrance to businesses and prevent access to certain facilities, especially in Georgetown. Jagdeo maintained the position that while the administration is seeking to find a balance in street vending, vendors also need to comply.
Then you have vending along the roadside, etc. Some of the vending is done by people who own the stores. They have an arrangement with the vendors in front of them, some not. People have to, they will continue to vend there on the streets, but it has to be done under different conditions. You can't block people's entrance, store entrance, and two, the conditions there have to improve. The vendors need to understand that they would be allowed to continue earning a living, an honest living, but your conditions have to improve.
About 2 weeks ago, the Georgetown Mayor and City Council demolished several illegal structures that were hindering the city's drainage system in preparation for the rainy season. However, local government minister Nigel Dharamlal met with the vendors and reassured them that their livelihoods would not be disrupted and that no one would be displaced. Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
Meanwhile, on Friday, several vending stalls along Red Road at Providence on the east bank of Demerara were demolished, and the displaced vendors are now calling for a meeting with Public Works Minister Juan Edgell to advise them on the next step forward. Pooja Rambaran joins us with more.
The Public Works Ministry revealed that notices were issued to all vendors at the location in November 2022, giving them a 6-week grace period to vacate the premises. Final notices were sent on Thursday, 1 day before the demolition exercise. According to the ministry, this action was taken since the stalls hindered the flow of traffic and the government's efforts to beautify the environment. The vendors, however, now left with little means to make a livelihood, are imploring Public Works Minister Juan Edgell to engage with them on next steps.
If he could meet us, the vendor, and if we could get somewhere to be relocate, because this is our daily living. And right now, nobody can tell we where we gonna go, and we know we next bread gonna come from.
Vending in the area for almost 9 years, Akeem noted that several notices were delivered. However, he shared that he received permission from the Neighborhood Democratic Council chairman to vend in an orderly manner.
They give me more than one notice, but when we first came out here, a lot of place was under construction, and as the place started develop, they bring notice, and the Public Works never bring notice. We went, the NDC bring notice, and the chairman of the NDC told us that if we build caravan, that we could operate in an orderly fashion and ensure we get bins. I would have rented a bin from Puran Brothers, and they would empty the bins 2 times a week. And then to know now, about 2 weeks ago, the same chairman came here and said into our face that he never makes such proposal to us.
Meanwhile, the Public Works Ministry, in a statement on Friday, thanked the vendors who willingly adhered to notices to vacate illegal structures along the area. The statement indicated that final notices were also served to vendors on the road reserve at Mocha Access Road, Herstelling Farm Housing Scheme Access Road, Diamond Public Road, Sheriff Street, Mandela Avenue, and Grove through to Tamari along the east bank of the Demerara Public Road. Pooja Rambaran for the Evening News.
Over 1,000 members of the Guyana Police Force have completed the Ministry of Human Service and Social Protection's Gender-Based Violence Training Program, COP Squad, in an effort to combat gender-based violence and domestic violence.
The specialized training program was conducted in collaboration with the United Nations and was aimed at providing training to police officers stationed across the country on how to handle cases of gender-based violence and domestic violence. Acting Commissioner of Police Clifton Hickings, speaking at the graduation ceremony held at the National Cultural Center highlighted the importance of this training for ranks given the topical issue of domestic violence in the country.
We're grateful, and so this by itself will change the outlook in terms of professionalism for the organization, the Guyana Police Force. Training that is not used is no training at all, and so what we are going to do is have you decentralized across the 10 administrative regions at every police station and outpost. And so the level of service delivered to the public will be enhanced. This is important for an organization that is transitioning from a force to service. Whatever we do henceforth, decision making is among the variable, but you will have to make decisions based on the policies of the organization.
Meanwhile, Minister of Home Affairs Robertson Ben expressed his concern about the domestic violence situation in Guyana, noting that it is caused by some men being unable to control their emotions.
We are very angry. We are insecure. We can't handle it. We can't handle the social and psychological and psychiatric issues of our breakup. We can't transition. And so I stand here as a Guyanese man and I admit it, and as a minister who has to deal with the fallout of these issues. And I did have just recently a discussion with a policewoman who was experiencing the same issues from a partner who was a policeman. And it is everywhere with us. We have amongst the highest rates in relation to femicides in our country. But it cannot continue.
Minister of Human Services and Social Security, Dr. Vindhya Prasad, stated that the training was carefully designed and constructed to address all of the missing elements that would have made the police face public outcry.
Today, as you graduate, I hope you will take this training and take it with the kind of seriousness so that it does not become just another type of training. This must be the transformative catalyst that we want to see, where the force, the Guyana Police Force, will earn the recognition of the citizens of the country because of their proactiveness when it comes to combating domestic violence. So as you are pinned with the distinctive badge today, identifying you to every member of the public who will come to you to make a report, know that carries with it the weight of responsibility, where you need to ensure that together, all of us, we are involved in this battle against domestic violence.
Already 500 officers had graduated from the COP Squad initiative in February this year, bringing the number of officers trained to effectively handle cases of gender-based violence to approximately 1,500. The goal is to train 2,000 officers. For the Evening News, Lawanda McAllister.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic this evening, Saturday, May 13, 2023, at 23 hours 30 until 1 hour on Sunday, May 14, 2023. That is a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed at 12 hours 20 on Sunday, May 14, 2023, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
And now the local stock exchange market compliments of Gassi. GFF secures $10 million from KFC for Elite League. This and more coming up in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp.
Oh my Lord! I just love to shop in this store. My customers, them gonna love all these things. So many different things in one place. Household items, electronics, toys, stationery, confectionery, exercise equipment, shoes and clothes for men, women and children, school things, costume, jewelry, perfume, makeup. Oh, look the makeup!
Giftland Office Max, Guyana's favorite department store.
Sally's Boutique is the place to shop when looking for quality high-end men and women footwear, wristwear, wallets, and clothing. Follow us on Instagram, Sally's Boutique GY. We're located at Charlotte Street between Camp and Wellington Streets. Contact us on 231-7519. That's 231-7519. WhatsApp 613-9578. That's 613-9578. Sally's Boutique, the new home of Clark's.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Miss Anne! Miss Anne!
Oh, hi, darling.
Help me out with this thing, man. You just know everything. What's all this talk about local government election?
Local government refers to the mayor and councillors who manage the affairs of our towns, like Georgetown, and the chairman and councillors of the Neighborhood Democratic Council.
Oh, but why is that important to me?
Dolly, it is very important. Every day, local government officials make decisions that affect you, your family, and the community. They serve the people within the community in which they were elected.
Oh, Miss Anne, me not understand all them big words you use there. Tell me what local government does do.
All right, darling. Local government is responsible for maintaining and protecting public property, like our community centers and the playgrounds, for collecting the garbage, maintenance of the streets, cleaning of the drains and the carpets, and so much more.
Oh, I now understand. Thanks, Miss Anne.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna show off for me friends them why I will vote at the local government elections.
That's a good thing. Let's go.
Monday, June 12, 2023 is Local Government Elections Day. For further information, contact GCOM or visit the GCOM website at www.gcom.org.gy.
American-made Generac pressure washers from Sylvie's Variety Store gives you the power you need to blast away dirt and grime. Providing the perfect cleaning power for any tough jobs around the house or business, from 2,500 to 4,000 PSI. So get the Generac pressure washer today with all the parts and accessories available from Sylvie's Variety Store.
Visit Royal Chin's Flower Shop for fresh, vibrant flowers this Mother's Day. Come and see for yourself. We are obliquely opposite the Fogarty's building, the green stall in front of the arcade. For affordable prices and beautiful assortments, give us a call on 641-2255. That's 641